YouTube back with another one. I've been saying it all month. I've been saying it since Nintendo Switch 2 announced. Nintendo announced their Nintendo Switch 2 that the prices aren't going up. And look at this. PS5 Pro, $649, right? PS5 digital Call of Duty Black Ops 6, $399. I've been saying this. Sony is not raising their prices. I've been saying it. They're going on sale. Now, will they stay this low? Maybe yes, maybe no. But that's just the sale. But they aren't increasing in price. It's been a month since Xbox has done their price increase to $700 for Xbox. For $730 for Xbox 2 terabyte and $600 for Xbox Series X. It's been a month. Oh, but Sony's gonna do it, they all said. I've been saying it this whole time. No, they're not. They've been saying, oh, well, Sony's gonna increase prices for games to $80. No, they're not. I've been saying that too, since the first video here. They are staying at between $60 and $70 this whole gen. Will they go up to 70 to 80 in PS6? Probably so, but they're not gonna do that on a 5-year-old console. They're not Xbox, they're not Microsoft, and they're not gonna blame tariffs. They're not gonna blame Donald Trump, because it's a lie. It's a lie. They just want your money. That's it. They just want your money. Look, Nintendo Switch Lite went on sale. Did that go up in price? That's all it is. It's just corporate greed. It has nothing to do with tariffs. If you're not into politics, stick to video games. Because there is no there is no price increases due to tariffs whatsoever. It's not a reality. That's not why the price is increasing, or else Sony would do the same thing. All they got to do is manufacture in the United States to avoid any tariffs. Tariffs are put on pause. Two terabyte PS5 Pro, $650 with 3070 GPU equivalent. Here we go. Spider-Man 2, $40. And this is what they say. Oh, you gotta pay $70 for your games. No, you don't. No, you do not. Spider-Man, $40. The sale ends today, but so what? If you got bread and you check these prices often, Amazon, Target, and you get your $40 sale. My motto is I pay for games between $20 and $40. That's my target price. And they do sales all year. Look at this, $30, $29.99 for Ragnarok. There's sales all year long. It's not just Black Friday. It's May. There'll be more sales in June, July. They do it all year. $50 for Astrobot. $30 for Final Fantasy 16. $40 for Miles Morales. $30 for Helldivers. That's a complete edition with DLC for 40 bucks. Honestly, it's not looking good for Xbox. I see they might become a third-party publisher. There might not be Xbox consoles anymore because being the largest publisher on Earth, it's cheaper just to be a third-party publisher. You don't have to create any console. The R&D that goes into that, the amount of money that they pour into making a new console, they don't have to do that anymore because they're the world's largest publisher. They can just publish games on Nintendo, PlayStation, and PC and call it a day. And it doesn't cost them anything to create a console that's not selling. It's been 5 years and they're struggling. Look at this, $29.99 for The Last of Us 2. They're struggling to push out 20 million discless Series S's, and they're struggling to push out 20 million Series X's. They haven't hit 40 million in 5 years, and to my understanding, it's like 30 million. Look, Madden, 20 bucks. Dead Space, 20. I paid $27 for my copy a long time ago. Look at this, Gran Turismo, $30. Rise of the Ronin, 40 bucks. And maybe they do make another Xbox, but it's becoming a casual box. And what do I mean by that? That's what Phil wants. He wants all the casuals to switch over from PS4 and Xbox One to upgrade to an Xbox. So for Game Pass, sports, Call of Duty on Game Pass already. Every sport, everything. Throw another $1 billion at Rockstar or $2 billion, put GTA 6 on Game Pass. How many people are going to upgrade for the casual experience with a monthly subscription? So that's kind of where, that's an option that I see possibly the industry heading, is that a lot of casuals buy Xbox. Will that hurt PlayStation? Will that hurt Sony? Absolutely. But gamers will be gravitating towards PlayStation. Until Dawn, $40 sale. It's $60 because it's a remake. It's not a remaster. But like I was saying, gamers are gravitating towards PlayStation because all the Xbox games are on PlayStation, all the PlayStation games are on PlayStation, all the second-party Sony-funded games like this here, Silent Hill 2, one of my top 10 favorite games of all time, are on PlayStation. People say, oh, well, they're going to port them over, they're going to port them over, they're going to port them over, they're going to port them. Well, you keep saying that, but when? Okay, you got Death Stranding, took 5 years. I've been seeing Final Fantasy VII's coming, Final Fantasy VII's coming. It's 5 years old. When is that going to come? So you can say it all you want, but until I see it, it hasn't happened. You're not playing it. I am. Y'all will get this at least. Silent Hill F. Ghost of Yote. I'm just saying, like, Stellar Blade, Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, Rise of the Ronin, Silent Hill 2. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Death Stranding 2, how long you guys gotta wait for that? Maybe never, it might never come over. You know, I hear, oh, well, Silent Hill 2, it says in the video at the end of the trailer that it's a timed exclusive for 1 year. Okay, so what? That doesn't mean it's going to Xbox or anywhere else for that matter. I haven't seen any announcement that it's coming in October. What is it? It's May, June, July, August, September. That's 4 months. June, July, August, September, and then it's October. That's only 4 months away, and I don't see anything about a Silent Hill 2 port to Xbox. Stellar Blade has been out more than a year. Rise of the Ronin, Final Fantasy VII. All these games have been out more than a year, and they're not on Xbox. None of them. So how long will it take to get Death Stranding 2, Lost Soul aside, Code Violet, which it looks great, but I'm not really into dinosaurs. They better have some human enemies thrown in there, or it's probably going to be a no for me. Yote looks cool, I guess. I'm more into firearm games, single player games with firearms. But you know, we got Wolverine is still in development. They announced it. They announced it just 2 days ago that it's still in development. So that's Insomniac's 4th game this generation. 4 games on PS5. Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and then rumor has it they're gonna end it with the Wolverine sequel, X-Men. And that'll be the big finale for Insomniac on PS5. And I say that's a good lineup from one developer on one generation. You know, we got Soros upcoming from Housemarque, who created the game Returnal. That was a decent game. We got Phantom Blade Zero, another second party Sony funded game up and coming. And that looks fire. That looks better than any other sword game I've ever seen. Downplay it all you want, dismiss it like it doesn't exist. It's coming. All right. You know the Gran Turismo 7 creators, you know they're cooking, right? You know they're not just sitting on their hands. You know, I want them to do an off-road game. Like Gran Turismo 7 has off-road, but you gotta unlock it. Look at this. No Fate. Oh, this comes out September 5th. $60, kind of a lot, but I've had my eye on this. It's a 2D side scroller, but it's kind of sick, man. It looks sick for a Super Nintendo game. I'm really waiting on the Terminator Survivors. Well, that's supposed to drop in 2025 too. Chronos is another good looking one. The same guys that made Silent Hill 2 remake. Ready or Not is another third-party game I'm looking forward to. Look at that. Sarah Connor with the T-1000. This game called Ready or Not has been on PC. I'm looking forward to that. I need your shoes and your bike. And I'm very hopeful about 2026, and I'm very hopeful that Game Fest will have 4 or 5 bangers that fit my tastes. I'm looking for single player games with firearms and a couple of exclusives. Looking for that Wolverine especially. Believe it or not, Wolverine, Ghost of Yotei, and Grand Theft Auto 6 are gonna skyrocket. That's really gonna save PlayStation. It's gonna skyrocket sales. 100 million shipped, 90 million sold next year. Watch. Mafia, I might get that. Not for 50, but I'll pick it up for probably like 30. I'm good on Tony Hawk, and I played that on Dreamcast way back in the day, but I'm good. I'm really interested in this game called Neo Berlin 2087, and also Exakiller. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. X-Killer or Exakiller. It's like a post-apocalyptic New York shooting game. You can switch to first person and third person. And believe it or not, I'm actually kind of hyped for this game called Mind's Eye. And a lot of people are speaking bad on it because, you know, they say, oh, it doesn't look as good as GTA, I guess. I don't know. I think the robots are kind of give it something extra. You know, it looks like a decent shooting game to me. It looks like a top tier AA. And that's what I don't understand, why AA games are not selling as well. Here it go right here. Mind's Eye, June 10th, 60 bucks. I'd pay 40 for it. I'll give those developers $40 for that when there's a sale. I won't wait till a $30 sale. I'll pay 40. 60's too high. Garen's Staircase, I've never heard of that. $35. Looks like shovelware. But yeah, the only sword games that I really get are like exclusives, first and second party exclusives. I'm really just into single player, story driven games with firearms. And you know, anything third party, whether it's horror games, post-apocalyptic, future Earth, or pretty much anything with guns, man, I'm down. Play my games on normal and not on easy, like some people saying they like to do. Hey, if that's you, more power to you. But if you're a YouTuber saying I play my games on easy, I don't know what to say, man, to that. But I play them on normal, and if I beat it and I really like it, I'll up the difficulty to hard. You know, I'm not trying to play it on hard my first playthrough. I'm not an expert. I'm never claiming to be one. I'm not claiming to be the best. I don't platinum games. I'm not even a trophy hunter. I just like to enjoy the plot and enjoy the game. And I actually don't like that trophies pop up. But I think this Game Fest is gonna have, you know, a good 5 games for me personally. Maybe less, maybe more for you. But it's coming in 5 days, and we're gonna find out what's coming. So stay tuned for that.